Hey everybody, Deborah Morris back. We started having a great conversation with Denise Ward from the Alzheimer's Association, and I felt the need of having a part two. So I brought her back. She is part of the Seminole Chamber here in Central Florida with me and talking about a subject that I'm sure a lot of you either are involved in this situation or will be soon. So I brought her back. The first question, Denise, and this, of course, is a little bit more light, hopefully, but I was curious with Alzheimer's, besides being all the way around, what attracted you to this field in the first place, if you don't mind sharing?
Sure. It's probably not as glamorous as what everyone would think or hope, but I was laid off from my job and I was applying for positions, and our executive director I knew through Leadership Seminole. And so when I applied, I was able to make a connection and got the job. Um, but once I started working there, I realized that I did have a connection that I didn't know about. My grandmother passed away from Parkinson's disease like 20 years ago. And you think of that as a neuromuscular disease, not a memory disease. However, there is a component because the last couple of years of her life, she had no idea who I was, who my mom was. And that was heartbreaking, especially for my mom, not to be recognized by her own mother. And so then as time has progressed, I guess I feel more, if that's appropriate, for caregivers because it is so hard. And, unless you have the money to quit your job and be a full-time caregiver and then making those decisions, whether you keep someone in the house or moving them to a facility, what's best for them, what's best for you, that's just it's just hard. It's really, really hard. And it really does take a toll on your family members because family members lose someone to Alzheimer's the first time when their memory goes. And then they lose them a second time when they pass from the disease. And so it's extremely difficult. And that's where find my true passion is helping those people find the resources and to help them out through this situation.
Well, that brings us to the next question, which is, can you share any kind of research that you've heard recently, or what type of tests are going out there to help us and help us have hope for those that are in this situation?
Absolutely. So some of the things that have come out in the past couple of years are some new medications that have come out to help people get a little bit more time with family and friends. They've also last year at our international conference, some of the things that came out was that eating processed meats, lunch meat, hot dogs. I know, I like them too. It's always the same thing. They tend to increase your risk of Alzheimer's. Wildfire smoke, which with everything that's going on in LA, that's just like what's in my mind is that while the smoke from all these burning things seems to cause some sort of issues with the brain. Um, they are working on a genetic component of it. They have not found that yet, but they have found blood work. So if you have family members who have Alzheimer's, like a mom, a grandparent, that sort of thing, there's no genetic testing to see if you have a predisposition for it, but you can do a blood test. And they can see if you have the elements of that they've been able to research. And don't ask me to say the words because, like tau and all these different things, I don't have a firm grip on. But there is blood work that you can do, and we're working with Medicare to get it out there so that everyone can be tested and getting it out to doctors so that it's a little bit easier on people because right now it's a brain scan. It could be a spinal tap. It's a cognitive test. It's really difficult to get a diagnosis of Alzheimer's. And so we're trying to find methods that are easier.
Wow. So A lot more questions answered. Hopefully, some of you out there can feel a little bit of hope and direction to know that you're not the only one. I keep saying that because, again, we all know somebody or will soon know somebody that has Alzheimer's and is affected by that. So thank you again. And how do they reach you? So that way, if they have a question, they can reach out and ask more specifics.
Absolutely. My phone number is 407-963-4629. And my email is D as in Denise, L as in Louise, that's my middle name, Ward, WARD, at alz.org.
Fantastic. Well, thanks again for your time, and I look forward to seeing you at future events. Have a
All
great day.
right.
Oh,
Thank
and don't
you.
forget to subscribe so that way you're notified whenever I'm interviewing another chamber member in a business that you may be interested in. Have a great day. Bye.